we find ourselves once more in the veritable lion's den of internet discourse, the Colosseum of contention, where the cerebral jousting between Destiny and Hassan Piker, titans of the Twitchosphere, continues to reverberate with the ferocity of a thunderclap.
Look, if I'm going to be radically honest, I don't know what people's opinions are. I can't see inside of people's minds, but I suspect that like all the Israel Semitism packaging that was cynical and really hurtful, but rather unsuccessful, didn't really work. So he's just like moving on to other stuff that he's getting directly from the Destiny community. And eventually he'll start talking about how
remember, it's always like, always pivot, always bad faith, never look at anything directly, always blame other people. It's Destiny, it's other things and all this, like, yeah.
how I bought a car. And then he'll start talking about how I bought a house and how I'm a fake socialist for that reason.
Yeah, that's Ethan's big criticism about Hassan, is that he bought a car and he bought a house. That's it. True. And make sure you say you got those from Destiny, right?
And then finally
what? Anti-Semitism or fake socialist, or what's the final thing?
America deserved 9/11.
Oh, okay. Or other random job.
It's just like, that's just how it works. What are you going to do?
Definitely not respond to anything with substance, of course.
Yeah.
Like, Hassan could go to the hospital and, like, I'm sorry, we see a mass, you need to come back for a x-ray or a CAT scan or whatever. And he goes back and he gets a CAT scan. The doctor's like, I'm sorry, but it looks like you might have like a prostate cancer. And it sounds like, really? What, did you read that on Destiny subreddit? Did you even look at my scans? Or is this just some shit DGG told you and now you're just repeating it back to me? Like,
he has already said you're just a LARPer. Okay, good. If I'm just a LARPer, then why is he so obsessed? Why is he so upset?
He's so obsessed. Little bro. I think Ethan needs to log off for a while. He seems like he's having a bad mental health day. Little bro.
Yeah. Spoilers, dude. That's next episode. Yeah, I'm un-American. I've been watching TYT and a 3-year sub. Since TYT and a 3-year sub, your takes have always been the same. I know. Like,
kick his ass. Somebody in his chat said Jesus.
people believe what they want to believe. I know.
True. King. I need support from you guys.
Are you disappointed? Are you surprised? I'm disappointed. I'm surprised. It is what it is.
It's because I'm Muslim.
There ain't nothing I can do about it.
I'm just born brown. What is this?
Talk about us. Talk about us on.
I don't like that he just doesn't like talk to anybody and he's just on Twitter all the time.
True.
I'm not on Twitter.
What are you looking at? LSF?
No, I'm on TikTok.
He's on TikTok.
I'm watching when
you're on TikTok instead of.
Yeah, exactly,
you know
exactly right.
You know what?
Speak. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth. He's on TikTok and it's like, what's wrong with the rest of us?
Wemby, who?
He definitely 100% had a serious conversation with her later that day. Don't ever do that to me on stream. He almost had a sneako moment. Just kidding. She's probably going to release an apology video tomorrow. I just want everybody to know that Hassan is actually never on his phone. I've never seen LSF or Twitter, ever.
Today, Destiny has taken up his proverbial lance to dismantle and disembowel Hassan's accusations that Ethan Klein, host of H3H3 Productions, is somehow pilfering talking points from Destiny himself. Now, let us grasp firmly onto the reins of reason and charge into the chaotic maelstrom of online grievances and personality politics, dissecting the manifold layers of irony, ideology, and ego that fuel this tempestuous debate. At its core, Destiny's refutation of Hassan's claim reveals a fundamental flaw in the grand game of rhetorical one-upmanship that these online figures play. Hassan's assertion that Ethan is stealing Destiny's talking points implies a sinister sort of intellectual dependency, a reliance upon the argumentative blueprints laid out by his supposed nemesis. But Destiny, ever the sagacious gladiator in the Twitch arena, is quick to dismiss this as ludicrous. He sees it as symptomatic of a broader issue within the social media discourse, the tendency to personalize and moralize every criticism, to make every intellectual exchange a matter of loyalty and betrayal rather than one of substance and shared truth. Indeed, Destiny's point here isn't just a rebuttal, it's an expose on the performative outrage that colors so much of online discourse. Destiny deftly points out that if Ethan indeed echoes certain criticisms of Hassan, it isn't due to some clandestine allegiance to Destiny. Rather, it's a reflection of the broader concerns shared by many observers. By reducing these criticisms to Destiny's influence, Hassan sidesteps accountability, attempting to pigeonhole legitimate critiques as nothing more than parroted grievances from a rival camp. Destiny, in his uniquely sharp and often abrasive way, suggests that this is more about Hassan's discomfort with dissent than about any supposed talking point theft. Now, we must turn to the remarkable irony embedded in Hassan's accusation. For, in insinuating that Ethan is Destiny's unwitting mouthpiece, Hassan unwittingly demonstrates the very issue Destiny is quick to highlight, the reduction of public critique to personality warfare. To Destiny, this speaks to a deeper insecurity on Hassan's part, a refusal to grapple with criticism unless it can be conveniently discredited by associating it with a villain figure. Destiny seizes upon this as evidence that Hassan may be more invested in his online persona than in engaging with genuine, substantive debate. Destiny's debunking is also, perhaps most acutely, a critique of the political posturing endemic to platforms like Twitch. Destiny suggests that Hassan's worldview is bolstered not by a rigorous dedication to principles but by the echo chamber created by his fans, who take his words as gospel truth. In this light, Hassan's accusation against Ethan and Destiny is, in Destiny's view, a classic case of projection. It is Destiny's belief that Hassan himself often consolidates talking points and performs them for his fan base, rather than engaging in genuine dialogue. Destiny's response, therefore, isn't just a defense, it's a clarion call for intellectual honesty within these digital communities. Furthermore, Destiny posits that Hassan's complaint reveals an uncomfortable truth about the limitations of ideology in the age of virality. In the race to capture attention and galvanize followers, online figures often treat ideas as commodities, subject to ownership and defense like intellectual property. In this context, Hassan's assertion that Ethan is stealing from Destiny betrays a transactional view of discourse, where ideas are tools for clout rather than catalysts for growth. Destiny, by contrast, purports to value ideas for their own sake, welcoming open critique and intellectual exchange, even from ideological adversaries. In this ideological jousting, Destiny suggests that Hassan's refusal to engage with diverse viewpoints has turned him into a caricature, boxing himself into a corner where every dissenting voice becomes an enemy and every critique an act of treason. Destiny, though far from perfect, presents himself as a warrior for open discourse, unafraid to spar with opponents from any corner of the ideological spectrum. To him, Hassan's echo chamber has led him to misunderstand criticism itself, treating it as an act of betrayal rather than an opportunity for introspection and evolution. In a moment of rhetorical flourish, Destiny points to Hassan's reliance on caricature as a means of dismissal. By reducing Ethan's criticisms to the influence of Destiny, Hassan sidesteps the need to confront those critiques on their merits. Destiny views this as indicative of Hassan's broader unwillingness to engage with complex arguments unless they can be framed within his ideological comfort zone. Here, Destiny's rebuke cuts deep, challenging not only Hassan's critique of Ethan but also his entire approach to online discourse, which Destiny believes is rooted more in maintaining a brand than in a commitment to truth. As Destiny expounds upon the dynamics of clout and influence within the Twitch and YouTube spheres, he emphasizes the absurdity of treating ideas as intellectual territory that one can monopolize. For Destiny, the notion that Ethan would need to borrow arguments against Hassan from him is laughable. The criticisms are not esoteric or unique to Destiny's worldview but are common sense among those who observe Hassan's public persona. To Destiny, Hassan's accusation reeks of self-importance, as if to imply that critiques of his public behavior must stem from a mastermind rather than from the plain realities of his actions. As Destiny dismantles Hassan's accusation, he doesn't merely defend Ethan, he critiques the very foundation of internet discourse as it currently stands. He derides the factionalism and the obsession with allegiance that defines the world of content creators, where debates are treated like gladiatorial contests rather than avenues for mutual growth. Destiny's retort is a manifesto for a new kind of dialogue, one in which individuals are willing to examine ideas on their own terms, independent of who speaks them. In the final analysis, Destiny's response to Hassan is a plea for a more mature form of discourse. He argues that the tendency to brand every critique as an act of war is a barrier to progress. To Destiny, Hassan's accusation is symptomatic of a culture that values loyalty over truth, that prioritizes clout over comprehension, and that views ideas not as tools for enlightenment but as weapons in an endless popularity contest. In closing, Destiny makes one thing clear: true intellectual engagement requires a willingness to face critique, no matter where it comes from. For Destiny, this is the ultimate message, that if Hassan wishes to be a genuine voice in the realm of political discourse, he must abandon the defensive posturing and the obsession with allegiance that currently colors his approach. Destiny's retort is not just a defense, it is an indictment of the entire landscape of online debate, a call to rise above petty feuds and to engage in genuine, unfiltered dialogue.